Hey, before the video starts, I'd really appreciate it if you check out my friend on TikTok. She recreates some art, and yeah, thanks. Hello and welcome back to another video. We're going to start off as soon as the race starts. This is lap 1 of 6, stage 1. And this race was recorded a few days ago. I'm just now getting the hang of the game. What really is hard is just, staying in the draft, learning how to keep yourself alive through most of these turns. As we get a good run on the inside of 37, and basically everyone in the back half of the field, I don't know how that happened, but there must have been a big holdup. I'm still struggling to keep it in, say in my own lane. Like you'll see in this video, I run very high or just randomly run very low sometimes. It's because I really don't know how to handle the draft at all, if I'm real. Maybe we give a nice little push to Reagan. Just a nice little push to the person in front of him. Yeah, you can kind of see I step out of the draft sometimes. I really can't hold a straight line through these corners sometimes. So I decide to just, settle down, just push to number 31, build up some draft and some speed, so that when we get down to the end of the straight, we have, something to go off of. And it's actually helping a lot that I did that. I reached 205 at one point. I usually sit at about 195 or something without the draft. Yeah, I run very low for some reason. I can't control these cars whatsoever. It's a big difference between, I've been playing ACC, having to be gentle on the controller, then here you have to think fast, move to the right or left. And then the draft is just so strong in this game. Like, you'll see later in the video where I lose the draft for like maybe half a second, and then there's just this big gap. Like, I think it's actually right now, you see I stepped out of the draft for like maybe a tiny second, and they just built that, 50-foot long gap between us in the back of the field. And it's just amazing how they can do that. Alright, as we sneak back up onto the front half of the field. Well, field that's, still in the game. I'm not sure about the people behind me. But I'm trying to keep it with whatever cars in front of me. I don't really know drivers by their cars. I'm just going to go off their numbers. Number 30. Trying to keep it with them. Yeah, but you can really see, like, the inside line is kind of dying because no one's really there, and the people that are way in front. And I'm trying to make something happen, hoping someone, gives me a little push from the inside, gives the bottom line some life back, As I run high again, I really got to learn how to control it. Yeah, but just look at that gap. Like, I'm barely staying in the draft. Give number 31, I think that was, or 51, a little tap. And yeah, we're gonna have to try to stay in the draft. Hopefully nothing bad happens. Switch a few cameras. I'm still learning what I like to, drive in. See, I would automatically go to third person camera, but the way it tilts with the road, I don't like that at all. I'd rather it tilt with the car, like in Forza. Yeah, but we're going to get a little bump draft from, I'm not sure who's behind me. Oh, it's 0-0. That's nice. Wonder how that qualifies as a number, but okay. Now we're going to get behind Elliott. I know Elliott. I think his name is Chase Elliott. I'm not fully sure. I don't really watch Nascar that much anymore. Mostly just weird YouTube videos and stuff. Oh, and 0-0's up my inside. I didn't really see him while I was racing, so I gave him a little tap by mistake. And we're slowly falling to the back of the field. I think someone's up my inside. We're kind of sharing the lane. I'm trying to just keep it straight. But like everyone in the inside has just left. We get behind Wallace Jr. See, I know a few names here and there, like actually that they may be the only names I know. But nothing too exciting here. We're actually at 206. That's nice. Well, we were. Now, hopefully I can sneak up back to at least maybe the 20s. I get a good run on the inside. I was going to bump draft him, but he was kind of moving just a little bit too slow. And believe it or not, we're still good in the draft somehow. And that's the end of stage 1. 35th. We started at 39th. We made like 3 positions. That's good. I don't think we really need to pit. Just advance to the green flag. And 35th out of 40. Maybe if we fuel save or something, we can keep the car going without ever having to pit in this race. Now we're back at it again. I'm going to try to do what I did in the first stage, is try to sneak up the inside if I get the draft to do it. Now we're right behind Wallace Jr. Gonna maybe just bunt drafting. I don't really like drafting in the corners. It just makes me really unstable. Like right here, that's why I'm running over the yellow again. And see, I was on the yellow for like half a second, and look how much time they took. They went immediately. Oh, but I may be able to get to the inside if there's just still a little bit of room. No, he cuts it off. He comes back up. I don't know why. He could have completely blocked me there. I run a little bit high, give Wallace Jr. a little push. Oh, I don't want to spin him out. Don't spin him out. No, there's someone on the main side. No, 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 do not spin out. We don't need a yellow flag yet. Not yet. Maybe on the final lap or something where I'm dead last and everyone has to go pit. My rear bumper is taking some damage. The tires are looking pretty decent. I was thinking of pitting, getting some fresh ones, so at the end of the race I'm completely fresh, but I changed my mind. As we're still drafting here, I'm surprised I can keep this car still. If you saw the first video, it was just horrible. Well, I almost spin out Wallace Jr. again. And I'm not sure how he hasn't just slammed on the brakes, hit me in the front, and then just ran off. If it was online, he probably would have. I've had that happen several times. Now I'm just trying to keep it straight here. My goal isn't really to win this race. It's like, maybe come in the middle of the pack, keep the car alive till then, so we don't really have that many issues. I'm currently doing the dirt tour, but as we get on side of the bush, again, I don't know why, but Wallace Jr. just really doesn't mind us bump drafting like we do. I tried to get up on the inside, but there's no draft. Wallace Jr. comes down in front of me and blocks it off. Just a little bit more. If Bush really wanted to, he could, just get in front of me, but I guess he doesn't. So we get the good draft run. And I'm going to try to give Wallace Jr. a little bump draft. I lose a bit of control. But we're holding our line. We're in 26. We were in 35th when the stage started, so that's nice. We got around 29 laps of fuel. Everyone just runs high. I don't know why. But if we can keep going like this, I wouldn't actually mind. 25th is that sweet spot, like right in the middle. Ooh, I wonder what happened to that guy. He just kind of pulled back. There's about 2 more laps in this stage, so we're going to try to make it count. Our laps, engine, everything is pretty much okay, except our rear bumper. It's taken some slight damage. I'm guessing that's from bump drafting or just being in the way of people trying to pass. Now we're back up to 22nd. Alright, I'm going to get a run on the inside of Wallace Jr. Maybe? Nope, he comes right back down. He's doing a pretty good job. Like, I can't get the run on him. It's been 2 stage or 1 of me trying to do that, and I still haven't yet. No, we'll just keep trying to draft. I wonder what's happening at the back of the field. I still don't have the confidence to just look back for even half a second at this point. Wallace Jr. is kind of slow. This is my chance. Run down on the yellow lines, and he still has the speed to just say no to me. I'm running a bit high accidentally. And just look at that. They're 3 wide in front of us, and they're holding it perfectly. It's actually amazing. I don't know how. And yeah, I'm really just hoping this inside line builds up over time, because I've been sitting on it, really. I don't really know Talladega's line. I'm usually good at Daytona, though. But for me, Daytona in this game it's very tight. Like, there's barely any room for error. as we actually get a run down on the 17, but then he pulls out. And Wallace Jr. is out there all alone on the inside of the field. I wonder what he was doing back there. Well, in front of me. Oh yes, in the corners where everyone just takes the inside line, I'm going to give him a little bump draft to hopefully he drags me along. I'm going to try to keep blocking off the inside so no one takes it. Maybe they give me a little draft. Oh yes, he does. He's giving me a nice bump draft. This is the end of the stage. Come on, 19th. Can I get 18th? Nope. It was very close though. Very close to 18th. No, that would have been nice. I kind of slammed into the back of him. I'm thinking of pitting, maybe getting fresh tires, but nah. 73s around there is pretty fine. I would have probably been back in like 30th if I went and got fresh tires. And we're off again, and I guess we just missed the gear shift or something because everyone's passing us. Like, I'm sorry about that. Oh, is he gonna spin out? I didn't even know he was back there. But apparently everyone just turned on boost or nitrous and I'm getting gapped. I'm pretty sure I had a good start. Like, I didn't miss a gear shift or anything. Maybe I touched red line for like a millisecond. But everyone just seems to be like, oh, okay, we now have twice the amount of horsepower, let's just go. Our aero is only 99%, so it can't be that. But for some reason, that the front half of the field just... Did they pit or something? Because last time I checked, no one pitted. So I don't know what that's all about. But we're catching back up. 205, well, 4. And Bush seems all alone by himself out there. No, he actually gets behind someone. Well, on the bright side, when this field is this empty, I can pretty much take whatever line I want. And really, Bush is really pushing that person. I may go try to help him if I can see a benefit out of it. Get a little side draft out of it. And I do believe I'm getting bump drafted by the number 1 car behind me. And they go back down to the inside line. I'm going to hook up right behind them. Maybe give him a little draft too. A little maybe too aggressive. Just try to stay behind him, you know. Keep the draft going. They keep going to the inside in the corners, but sometimes they go high. I really have to figure that out. Ooh, we get on the inside of the number 1 car. Give him a little tap. I'm sorry. I really don't know how to keep a straight line. Now we're back up to 24th. We were in 19th before this, I believe. So we're reclaiming some old spots. Trying to find a way around Blaney. But he blocks pretty good, so I'll just give him a nice bump draft to the finish. Hopefully nothing too insane happens. We get bump drafted off the number 1 car. 3-car bump draft. It's not bad, except I can't control it, and I'm touching the wall, and I almost take out everyone behind me. I give the number 4 car a little nudge by mistake. And again, the inside, well, not the inside, the middle of the field just straight up opens during the corners and then closes so fast. I don't understand why, but I'm going to try to snake down on the inside. Get behind the 0-0 car. Hopefully nothing happens. Yeah, but it's really, you don't want to be on the inside line. Well, you do, but middle line. Sorry if I keep saying inside. Yeah, but the middle line in the corners just seems to be empty. Like, I don't know why, but everyone just like, oh, let's either run high as we can or low as we can, nothing in between if we don't have to. And I nudged myself by the 0-0 car, trying to get up to Haverick. Hopefully I can. My, what is it, right, left tire is at 69%. No, that makes no sense, right? Just forget I said that. I don't sound very intelligent. Oh, and we have a caution. I wonder why. You know, I'm thinking about going into the pits because I may need something. Actually, I don't think I will. I think I'll just stay out and just deal with it. 19th place, we've essentially just gained our spot back. And hopefully we can keep it for the rest of this race. Come on. Why am I start? Let's see if I can get a good start again. Alright, yeah, see, this start is fine. I did nothing different, and not in automatic gears. I'm changing them by myself. So that's not the problem, but for some reason, I just get a stupidly good run, and I mess it up by just sitting on the yellow lines again. See, I understand how I messed this one up, but how did I mess up the other start? I was shifting so perfectly, and everyone else was just like, nah, you're not in this race, we only are. But we're on the final stage, basically, and I really just want to keep it inside the top 20 or lower. Try to stay out of the 30s. Definitely don't want to be in the 40s if there is that. Alright, we get a hella good run up here. We go on the inside of the 20 car. Keselowski is almost here. How do I know how to say Keselowski, but I don't know how to say any other names? Makes no sense. And look who's come back to us, Wallace Jr. I don't know how, I don't know why, but for some reason, most of this race is spent behind Wallace Jr. just bump drafting him. I don't know why. McDolan, we're on the inside of you. Please do not come down like people do in online races. Johnson thinks of doing it to Wallace Jr. I'm like, nah. I almost do it to Wallace Jr. Are we going to be inside the top 10 for this race? I really wouldn't mind the top 10. Come on, Wallace. You've been bump drafting this whole race. We can do it. Johnson, don't you dare come down on the inside. I'm going to give Johnson a little tap. Give Wallace Jr. a little push. Try to keep it still. I'm going to try to avoid the middle, but apparently I just can't turn on these tires that well anymore. Wallace Jr. is inside the top 10. I'm going to try to get in. Well, I have to pass Wallace Jr. now. Or something. You know what? Instead, I'll give him a bump draft so that we can get the inside of the next turn. Ooh, the 38 car slows down a bit. He's not on the inside. He's in the middle. Oh, but they want to keep the middle completely drafted for him. So I'll just draft off of him. I think I'm tapping someone. I am very sorry. I really don't know how to drive on my mirror right now. But come on, Reagan. Come on, I want to get in this top 10. Top 10, come on. If we can. Aw, 12th. 12th, it's not bad. Thanks for watching. Yeet.